Hi.
Hi, hi.
Good morning. How are you doing?
Okay. How are you?
I'm good. I'm pretty good. Very cold.
Yes, yes. It's supposed to be snow today.
Yes, we have it. We have it here. We have it here
Oh,
in
really?
Rosawa area. Yeah, yeah. But now
Oh,
it's
wow.
melting. But I took a picture. I'll send it to you later.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So
So,
what's news, Mo? You've been busy
very busy as usual.
as usual. You're surviving. You look very well.
Well, I try to.
Uh-huh. No, you
So,
look very refreshed. Yes.
uh,
Yeah.
you too. You look beautiful too.
Oh, thank you. Well, I'm heading back. I'm heading
Uh,
back to
you said
Okinawa.
you said you can't edit this. Can you?
Say again.
Can you edit this?
I can chop it off like the first part.
Oh,
I can
good,
chop
good,
that off,
good.
no
Okay.
problem. Yeah, this is not included. This is
Okay.
not.
Okay. Good.
There's only one thing I'm concerned about is it says my connection is unstable, so we'll see how it goes.
Oh,
Mm.
oh.
Yeah.
So shall we start?
Yeah, so I guess you've got the questions there, right?
Yeah, I got the questions.
Okay, so let me see a second more because I might do a screen share a little bit later and I'll explain what that's about later. But anyway, I think I'm ready. Do you want to do the similar thing to last time where you just say who you are and why we're here? Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, so maybe three, two, one, and we'll start.
Okay.
Okay, so three, two, one.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, boys or girls, I got a news for you. Elvis has left the building, but we got Gabriella White here, and she's going to tell us about her adventure in the music scene. Hi, Gabriella, how you doing?
Hi, good morning, Mo. Lovely to see you. Oh my goodness, time
Yeah, nice
flies,
to see
doesn't
you
it?
too. It's been the last time we talked was what, in December?
I believe it was. Yes. I remember I had the Christmas tree up and it was the Christmas season. Yeah, yeah, I remember. And now it's almost spring.
Yeah, yeah. So how is life treating you?
Life is pretty good. Flying back out to Okinawa tonight, actually. And I remember the last time I spoke to you, I was also about to fly out there for the Christmas gigs. But anyway, all in all, I'm pretty good. And how about yourself?
Not bad, can't complain.
Aha, you're working on the next book?
Yes, yes, I am writing the one I told you about it's called Encyclopedia of the Spaghetti Western.
Wow. Oh my goodness, it's quite an oeuvre. Yes. Wow.
Yeah. You know, last night I watched a movie, a very strange spaghetti Western called Django Kill. If you leave, shoot. There was like a mix of the spaghetti westerns and the horror movies. It
Oh
was
my
very,
goodness.
yeah,
Wow. Yeah.
scalping,
Wow.
Indians and things like that. Anyway,
Wow.
let's get back to you, Gabriella.
Mhm, mhm.
I remember at the end of last year, we got a glimpse into your music life and how your, growing music career came about, right?
Yeah.
So, how have things evolved since we last spoke in December?
Yeah, so basically I went off to Okinawa in the winter and I had a series of gigs. They were highly successful, I'm happy to report. And it was just incredible, just the vast array of people that you meet at these music sessions. You never know who's going to turn up. You never know who you're going
Mhm.
to connect with. And I think that's one of the most incredible things about it and why I love what I do is I get to meet so many different people, both, you know, audience members and musicians alike, and, you know, sometimes even both. So I had a series
Oh,
of Christmas gigs, and as you know, there's a lot of kind of military bases. I think Okinawa is one of the places that has the most military bases in all of Japan, possibly even Asia. So yeah, just connecting with those people, and of course they were relaxing for the winter break. A lot of them were staying here for the winter break. So it was just incredible to connect with them, and they're a real party crowd. We had a good knees up over Christmas and New Year's, and my
uh-huh.
gigs were kind of like a combination of contemporary rock music, music through the decades, and then Christmas songs as well. Kind of like a sprinkling of Christmas songs, you know, nothing too intense, but we did a few Christmas songs, and they were very well received.
Wow. Well, before the next question, I have to say I love the way you talk, you know, this posh British Queen's English, you know. I just love it, you know. I wish I could talk like that, but I can't. Anyway, Gabriella, you refer to your music collaboration as a Gabriella White Wall Acoustic, right?
Right, right.
Why do you like to call it this?
Gabriella White World Acoustics. I chose this name for my main kind of Facebook page for promotions and such. I
Uh-huh.
guess it's very all-encompassing. It's as simple as that. It really encompasses I mean acoustics, it's a very, very broad term. So it's kind of also to welcome musicians to work with me and to collaborate with me, because I'm always searching for those new musical connections.
Mhm.
So very simple. It's just all encompassing to the world, really. You know, world music is a massive passion of mine. It's a never-ending exploration.
Right, right. Wow. Well, as we know, you know, you have been very active as a performer in Asia in the past 6 years, especially, right?
Mhm.
Curious to know what have been the key milestone for you so far?
Well, two things spring to mind.
Mhm.
Three things, in fact. So the milestones, this I forgot to mention this actually. I'm glad you asked me this question.
Uh,
We were talking about gigs in Tokyo as well, and connecting through these sessions. I was doing a jazz gig. We're going back a couple of years now.
mhm.
Yeah, it would have been a couple of years ago. I did a gig with a guy called Brockett Parsons, and I don't know whether you've heard of him, but he's actually the keyboardist for Lady Gaga on the world
Oh,
tours. So he's a pretty big deal. He also
uh-huh.
developed um, there was a patent for the 360-degree keyboard, which is a piano, and it surrounds the pianist, and the pianist kind of steps under it and does this performance, and that's what he's most famous for. With Lady Gaga, is it's kind of like one of their unique little quirks is he
Mhm.
performs on this 360. But the situation in which we met was really uncanny. I was doing a jazz gig in Yotsuya, Tokyo,
Uh-huh.
central Tokyo, one of the central points of Tokyo, but I was there with a band, and this guy walks in, and he's just having this weird coincidence. I didn't know who he was, but he was having a weird coincidence with someone who'd rocked up for this open mic night. And he was like, "Hey man, I haven't seen you since college." They used to live in New York together, these two guys,
Uh-huh.
and they hadn't seen each other for maybe a couple of decades or even longer.
Mhm.
So I was a little bit distracted by that conversation. It was just funny, you know, seeing people connect. And he gets on the grand piano. He's like, they're asking him, "What are you here to do? Are you performing?" Like, "Sure, I'll do." He was like, I play a little bit of piano," he said. I still didn't know who he was. Some of the people
Mhm.
in the band were saying, "Oh, that guy is pretty famous. Like he performs in New York a lot." I was like, "Really? You know, haven't seen him." But yeah. Anyways, he gets on the grand piano and he performs this masterpiece. And I mean, we were transfixed. We were just, it was incredible. And then I was the main singer that night, so I ended up performing with him. for the rest of the night. And it was one of those moments, and we had a quite a long conversation afterwards too, and he was on a night off from the Gaga tour. And what was really cool actually, because everyone was super kind of obsessed with getting some time with him, and I was just happy to have performed with him, and I was kind of like just chilling out. And he came over, he actually wanted to chat, I think maybe because I was one of the more relaxed people. Everyone else was like, I've got to talk to him, I've got to, and he just wanted to chill out, and he just wanted to talk to me about Northern England, because he'd just come back from traveling from some kind of music factory, and he'd been developing some more instruments. So he just wanted to share and talk about Northern English culture. So I just thought that was really, really cool. So that was, I guess, one milestone. It's so funny that you mentioned Elvis at the beginning of this call. This is completely unscripted for anybody watching. This is an unscripted interview. We're kind of going with the flow here, but Mo mentioned Elvis. You're not going to believe this, Mo. Just very, very recently, I was traveling in Okinawa. I just finished making a music video the previous afternoon. And I was staying one night in this hotel, and I go to the breakfast lounge the following morning, and this guy is talking to me, and we're just connecting on music and spirituality. You have these conversations with people sometimes, and you really connect with the person. You think, wow, I'd really like to be friends with this person, maybe even collaborate with this person. So he was inviting me to some music events, which happened to be at these kind of obscure venues that I also happened to know where they were. And they were kind of on the outskirts of the main cities in Okinawa. And it was just a coincidence that I happened to know where they were. He said, really, you've heard of that place? He said, I perform there quite a lot. Why don't you come along sometime? And you're not going to believe who this guy is. I'll give you 3 guesses.
Okay. You saw Elvis.
Well, he is actually Elvis's cousin, believe it or not.
Oh,
We were
my
talking.
God.
I know we were talking about ancestry, and it just so I'm really into ancestry, and I just happened to bring up the topic, and he very, very humbly said to me, well, I know this is kind of wild, but he said, by the way, he's half American, half Okinawan. His father's Californian military, his mum's Okinawan mainland, and he's had this kind of like international life. He's bilingual. He said, I know this is kind of crazy, but he said, you mentioned ancestry. He said, I found out recently through a family member who's been researching our ancestry that the great-great-great-grandparents are basically the same grandparents as Elvis Presley. So he is an actual cousin of Elvis Presley.
Wow, what a coincidence, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Wow, unbelievable.
I'm very blessed, Mo. I do get these very lucky happenings in my life. I meet some fascinating people, and we literally met over breakfast. Who would have thought?
What a coincidence, huh?
It really was. And we ended up
Yeah.
chatting. I also happened to be traveling in the same direction. When I left the brunch, I was actually headed south with all of my gear. And I had my music gear with me and my diving gear, because I do scuba diving now. That's something else, Mo. Since I last spoke to you, I passed my scuba diving tests. I
Oh,
finally passed.
congratulations.
Thank you. So now it's
Yeah.
kind of like combination of music and diving on those journeys. But I had all of my gear with me, and he happened to be traveling in the same direction, heading south. So we actually ended up spending the afternoon, went to this Chinese garden. We connected with some other people randomly, and it was just an incredible day. And we ended up just dancing the night away, him and I, in this rock and roll venue in Naha. It was incredible. We were awake all night. We were dancing. We did karaoke. There was a birthday party there. It was an amazing day. It was just, and we were talking about it recently. It was just the perfect day. Perfect day.
So you are not only active on the ground, you are also active under the sea too, huh?
That's right. Yes, there's a mermaid in me, I think.
Wow, that is unbelievable. Good for you. Well, Gabriella, you often tell me that you view sound and music as a healing tool, right?
Mhm.
Tell me more about this.
Yeah, so music, I truly believe music heals us. It brings humanity closer together. It's a very powerful tool, whether it's
Yeah.
voice, instruments, the sound of music. I think it can transform us. It can transform our mood. I think it can transform how we connect with people. And music can be surprising. You know, it can hold many, many surprises. But yeah, healing. There was a recent example actually that springs to mind.
Uh-huh.
There was a lady in my hometown, and she used to work at my primary school. I guess you could say she was one of the people that helped raise me educationally. She
Uh-huh.
used to work in the primary school. She was always there, kind of part of the furniture. And I didn't realize this, but in recent times, she's had a stroke. She's been a
Oh.
widow for quite some time. I'm also friends with her daughter. I've known her all of my life, and she's
Mhm.
had a stroke. And I came back from Okinawa doing all of this music, and I post a lot of the highlights and things like that online, and people enjoy them. You know, people from literally dozens and dozens of countries. In fact, I think it's about 130 countries now. And I last checked the stats. I mean, the power of the internet, Mo, is incredible. Just on a side note, the power of the internet, all of these different countries tuning into this music and leaving really encouraging comments. She'd been listening online, long story short, and she said, Gabriella, she said, I had a stroke. And I said, I'm so sorry, Mary, I had no idea. Her name's Mary. And she said, do you know what helps get me through those tough days? And I said, what was that? And I was expecting her to say, I don't know, like herbal tea, or I don't know, something like some health remedy, you know, because I'm quite into health. And she said it was your music. She said,
Wow.
I've been listening to you traveling and connecting with the audience. And she said, can you do one thing for me? I said, sure, whatever you want, Mary, what is it? And she said, can you just create a CD? She said, because I will be first in line to buy that CD. She said, I want an actual CD. She's kind of, you know, old school. I guess CDs they still exist, right? But they're kind of going
Right.
fashion with digital. And it really got me
Yeah.
thinking, but it was so deeply moving that you just never know who's listening. It could be someone you've never met, it could be someone you've known all of your life. And she
Wow.
genuinely, this isn't really to put a feather in my cap or anything like that. It was just that connection where it really helped on her healing journey from this stroke. It gave her a lot of joy. She said, I was so happy to hear you just connecting with the music. And she said, I just want to buy your CD. My dad used to make CDs, you see, so she used to buy his CDs. And
Uh-huh.
she really had a strong message for me to kind of continue that legacy. So that for me, Mo, in answer to your question, that was a real milestone as well.
Oh, yeah.
In terms of the healing element.
Wow. That's unbelievable, and it's really nice. Yes,
Yeah.
I believe that too. Yeah, I love music.
Yeah.
Well, for my last question, what's next in the pipeline for you, Gabriella?
Oh gosh. Yeah, so yes, actually, Mo, it's time to share. It's time to share the screen, I think. So if you just bear with me.
Okay,
I have some very exciting, actually, an exciting announcement. But first,
please.
I would like to show you my dear friend John, Elvis's cousin. That's kind of in answer to the question. I'll definitely be collaborating with him at some point, and very excited to do that with the Presler family. So if I could just let me see. Here we are. I'm just going to show you this. Can you see this, Mo?
Mm, yeah, I can
Yeah,
see that.
so this is us at
Uh-huh.
a party. This is an after party after the rock and roll party. So that's Elvis's cousin, and he's half Okinawan.
Wow, wow, the
Pretty
king.
pretty cool stuff, right?
Yeah,
So that's that one.
yeah.
And then the other thing that I wanted to share with you, okay, this is really exciting. So I'm taking Gabriella White World Acoustics to the next level. And let me see, give me 2 seconds. Here we are. Okay, so this is hot off the press. I am in due course going to be headed to Egypt. Now this is still in the pipeline, Mo. This is still in the pipeline, but we're currently exploring dates. I am going to try and get out there this month. But whenever it is confirmed, this is still to be confirmed. But it's definitely going ahead at some point. I'm aiming to be there for the spring equinox. Because
Why Egypt?
Say again, Mo.
Why Egypt?
Oh, that's a really good question. I have a very special relationship with Egypt, you know. I was in Egypt in 2019. I actually believe, for anybody who believes in reincarnation, I'm very open to different, you know, spiritual philosophies, but I think it's a real thing. I think it's entirely possible. But I certainly have a connection with Egypt. I always have done ever since I was a little girl. So I was there in 2019 to see the Red Hot Chili Peppers live at the pyramids. It was one of those rare concerts. And I since thought, well, what a cool idea, you know, even for acoustic musicians to go out there and perform. And I have a lot of friends in Egypt who live directly in Giza at the pyramids, and they're supporting me to get this gig together. So I'm so excited, Mo. And you know, Egypt, with the world's interest in Egypt, it's a great place to connect. And again, you never know who you're going to meet, even not just locals, but you meet people from around the world in the Middle East. Yeah.
That is very exciting. Must be exciting for you, right?
I'm so excited, Mo, and I'm ready. I'm ready to go back in the near future. I really, really am. It's been a long time coming. I'll just show you another promo that we're just getting together here. And there's so much to explore. So I've been to Cairo and Giza because I was only there for 72 hours last time. But let me just get this. I was only there for 72 hours, but this time I'm thinking of going much longer, actually, much longer. I've lost the screen mode technology. Have you ever been to Egypt?
No.
Here it is. Can you see this?
Oh yeah. Wow. Now,
what's really special about the upcoming period is it's Ramadan. It's starting very soon.
Yes.
And I've never experienced it in the actual country, but I would like to participate. I would like to do music because apparently you can have parties at night.
Yes.
Right. And I wasn't aware of this because I know a lot of things are out of bounds, but to actually do a kind of chilled out acoustic event with local musicians, I would love to get into the folk music of Egypt. So that's what I'm doing. And what you can see here in the picture, Mo, is the actual view from where I'm going to be staying. It's a picture taken from the actual balcony where I'm going to be.
Wow, looks beautiful.
Yes, I might even have a picture of the balcony itself. Bear with me here.
Come soon, yeah. Wow.
But you know, life is very short, and we have to take things to the next level.
Yes, exactly. Well, I wish you the best of luck.
Thank you, Mo. Can you see this? Can you see the balcony?
Yes, I can see the balcony, yes.
You can see the actual, I don't know what you can see here. Oh, you can see just a moment. I have the actual balcony to show you.
Okay.
Yeah, here's the full balcony. So it's just the perfect spot, you know, for a nice kind of intimate venue. So I guess the next time we speak, hopefully I'll have some very exciting news about the musical encounters here.
All right. Okay, that's beautiful. Yeah. Wow. Wow. Okay. Is there anything else you want to add before we say goodbye?
Oh gosh, not at the moment. Oh, there is one thing I was talking about, the interesting people that I'm meeting. I just wanted to add that at the moment, so one of my guitarists, actually, believe it or not, he's a paramedic by profession, and I just
Mhm.
find it so interesting how he's one of the musicians I work with, but um couldn't be a more different industry to what I work in, the medical industry. And it's just incredible, and we kind of come together, we collaborate, we make music videos together, we occasionally perform together, and it's just another metaphor, really, of music being boundaryless.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
music, it's transcendent, it's boundaryless,
It is. It is.
and you
Yes.
you can create music from nothing.
I don't speak Spanish, but I have a music called Paco. It's a group, a Spanish group called Pacopina, or Pacopinia. I don't know what they say, but whenever I listen to this music, I start crying.
I remember you said it could be some ancestral connection, you just never know.
Unbelievable.
Do you know,
Yeah.
I was listening last night and I was in tears listening to Petula Clark. Have you ever heard of
Oh,
her?
oh, yeah, 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 yeah. I've seen her in the movies. Goodbye, Mr. Chips with Peter. Yeah.
Well, she's an incredible singer, and I grew up listening to her CD through my parents, who were very big fans of her. And I played a song last night called "Kiss Me Goodbye." I don't know whether you're familiar with the song.
If I hear it, I might
It's
know it.
so beautiful. It really, and I hadn't heard it in years. And I checked, she's still alive. She's 91 years old. I would
Wow.
love to connect with her. There must be a way, but she's incredible. She's really incredible. And I was just listening, and I had the sound right up, and I could just feel the vibrations of the music, and everything. It's such a beautiful song. So if there's one thing you do after this, please listen to "Kiss Me Goodbye." It's a very beautiful song, and the melody, the chords, it'll really hit you in the heart, I think. Yeah, it's pretty
Okay.
nice.
I look for it in YouTube. I'm sure I can find it in YouTube.
Yes,
Kiss me
I
goodbye.
can I can send you the link. Yes. I read this book. This is what I was going to show you today, Mo. Luminous Emptiness. I take this book wherever I travel. It's a spiritual book. It's
Hmm.
connected to Buddhism, but it also it connects to other lines of faith, I guess, if you want to call it that. But I highly recommend this book, and it's well, actually it's actually labeled Understanding the Tibetan Book of the Dead, but it's all connected to luminosity and light. There are real stories about monks in caves in Tibet and other places where people will pass by and there are actual rainbows coming out of the cave while they're in a deep state of meditation. But
Wow.
I digress. That I mean, what is the connection to music? Well, the connection is we can create music from nothing. Sound came before light. This has been
Right.
scientifically proven. So what is it in the old texts, the old religious texts? Even they say the word. First it was the word. All of the different religious texts talk about this, right? So you have
Yes.
the sound, and then after that came the light. And I
Yes. Yes.
different theories on it, of course, but we can always come back to our voice. The voice, it's a very empowering tool. We can always come back to the humming sound, and I think it reminds us to be present.
Yes. Wow.
Mhm.
Yes. All right. Well, thanks for this enlightening conversation.
Thank you, Mo. No, thank you. It's lovely to see you.
Well, I wish the best for you in your singing career, in your life, in your love life, whatever. So, uh, as the great Persian Khayyam says, the yesterday is gone. We don't think about it. Tomorrow is not here. We don't know what's going to happen. What we got is Now,
Mhm.
let's enjoy it
That's beautiful,
and
Mo.
enjoy yourself. Okay.
Thank you, Mo. Lovely to see you. Thanks,
Thank
thanks for
you.
requesting this. Have a beautiful day.
You too.
Okay, I'll see you when I get
Okay.
back.
Bye.
Bye. Ciao. Bye bye.